Männer häufen sich Nachrichten über sogenannten Transitmissbrauch auf den Transitstraßen zwischen West-Berlin und der Bundesrepublik. An den verschiedenen Bezirksgerichten der DDR werden Prozesse wegen Fluchthilfe durchgeführt. Die Nachrichtenagentur der DDR ADN meldete, das Bezirksgericht Cottbus am 5. Mai 1978.
Although that was a reconstruction, there were 173 such cases by car last year, a figure which seems to be growing annually.
When you pick up one person from these, there are 10 other on the lane waiting to coming too. There's so much work coming up that you can't make it.
From 1949 until 1975, well over 3 million East Germans fled to the west, half that number coming through Berlin. The wall was only the beginning of what was to be a monumental barrier system stretching for over 860 miles, the entire length of the inter-German border. Escape methods changed after the signing of the 1971 Four-Power Agreement, which reduced controls for traffic using the transit routes linking isolated West Berlin with the Federal Republic. For a year after that, almost anyone could smuggle East Germans to the west in the boots of their cars, until the East German authorities tightened up security. It was then that escape organizations took over. The man who is reputed to have got more East Germans out than any other escape organizer is 32-year-old Kay-Uwe Mierendorff. How do his escapes work?
West German car with a West German license plate will meet East German peoples, and they may have a code word like what time is it, and there may be answer it's today it's a nice sunshine, something that he will be sure that that's the right people, so he goes on the highway and he will meet the other car, and then one car meets the other and the people jump from one car into the other. There must be special arrangement made, and that's it. It's not so simple like I explain it to you now. There's much work to do on it. You have to make the arrangement, appointments with the people and all the contacts. And that's what the East don't like.
Dieter Heffner, a former East German, spent 6.5 years in one of their prisons for refusing to do his military service and for anti-state activities. 4 years ago, he came to West Berlin after his freedom was bought by the West German government. He now runs a small escape business. But no matter what the size of the organization, the car still remains the stock in trade.
The main point is that the officials on the border can't detect that anyone is hidden behind the seat. So we have removed part of the axle to allow for this secret compartment. Here you can see that I can remove the seats quite easily and still nothing unusual can be seen. Now, when I open up the compartment, you can see how much space there is for someone to hide. One person can squeeze in there. When I shut it again, nothing can be detected.
This is your car. Have you got other cars like this one?
About 4 at the moment. We used to have more, but they're always being changed.
What does it cost to convert such a car?
About £2,500.
These people, they're told what to do, how to do. They know their risk. They get a good price paid for it.
What do they get?
Yeah, that depends on their job they have to carry out. Sometimes they get a higher pay. It's up to the situation. But you can say a minimum is 5,000–6,000 mark, up to 20, 25, 30,000 mark. When they have a big load, that means many persons to carry out, so they have a better price as just for one person.
So about £7,000 per escape you pay, if it's a good escape?
Yeah, something like this, yeah.
How much profit have you made out of the escape business?
It's hard to say. I have a lot of cost I have to cover, and I can say I make as much money as a manager in a medium-sized company. I'm responsible for many arrangements, and I have to do a lot of work, and my day is longer than 8 hours, and I get paid. I can say I make approximately a year between 80 and 100,000 for income.
I don't have to earn my living by organising escapes. I do it for different reasons. I also prepare the escapes more thoroughly. I can invest more money in the safety of my escapees than those who are in the business for profit.
Why do you do it then?
I come from East Germany, and I believe that helping people to escape is necessary. Normally, East Germans can only leave the country when their old age pension is. So for me, it's a private war against the East German system.
It's a war on both sides, which is getting tougher all the time, and in which the East German authorities are prepared to invest millions. In 1973, a special secret police department was established to infiltrate escape organizations using the latest spying techniques.
The Secret Service are doing everything they can to stop escapes. Firstly, the transit routes are very closely watched. Secondly, agents are infiltrated into the escape organization.
I can be sure that there is no infiltration, because we are not going to take people for this job which come to us. We going to look for people, and we check on them, and we make sure that they're clean. And we try to find out their background, if they're from the East and where they come from. And after we have found out what's happened, and we'll be pretty sure.
It's not just a question of confidence by the escape organizers in their team, it's also a matter of how far the escapee can trust the escape organization. Fräulein Weber used one of them to reach the West only a few months ago. Does she trust them?
Im Allgemeinen würde ich sagen, nein.
Not in general, but it's very difficult to get out on one's own. I must say, though, I think our escape organisation took a lot of precautions. They only work with people they've known for a long time. No drug addicts, no dropouts, like other organisations use.
How did you prepare your escape?
Der genaue Fluchttermin war uns eine Woche vorher bekannt.
We only knew the exact date of the escape a week before, although, of course, we had been prepared for it to happen for at least 6 months.
There will be amount of money agreed before they come, through their relatives or through themselves. And 90% of them, they don't have any money when they come. They just come here with a purse, maybe with a handkerchief. That's all what they have. They have mostly nothing, and they have maybe 100 mark, East mark in their pocket. It's worth here 20 West mark. So we make arrangement with them that they get a credit and they have time to pay the money within 4 or 5 years. So this money is deductible from income tax, so it's not very hard for them to pay it back.
The lenient attitude shown to escape organizations by the West German authorities is not just demonstrated by tax concessions, but also in last year's ruling by the Federal Constitutional Court saying that all agreements between would-be escapees and escape organizations were legally valid. The East Germans were incensed by that ruling. It seemed to them to give official West German approval to escape organizations. What is the official West German attitude?
I think the only handling what we can do is to prove whether these organizations violate the other laws. That's the only thing what we can do.
But the West German government have signed an agreement, a transit agreement with the East Germans, in which they pledged to prevent, to use their best officers to prevent the misuse of the transit routes. Are they doing this?
Yes, in the way within the Constitution. We can't stop the constitutional right.
Certainly, all Germans have the constitutional right to freedom of movement. But what are the risks run by those West Germans who work for escape organizations and go into East Germany? Mierendorff's own brother Oliver was sentenced in 1973 by an East German court to 15 years imprisonment.
You see, my brother is not put in for that what he has done. He is in jail for me. They want to make an example on him, and all the other people from 1973, they're put in jail for 13 or 12 or 15 years. They're already free. They're bought back from the German government. And I think the German Bundesrepublik, they don't like me so well, and that's the reason they don't buy my brother back.
But what risk do you run personally, sitting here in Hamburg, in the safety of Hamburg, while they're in East Germany?
When I started the business, I had the same risks as the drivers. And I was 16 times on the road. And nothing happened to me. My risk is now that someone will kidnap me or kill me for an amount of 100,000 mark.
What do you mean, someone? The East Germans?
No, the East Germans will not do this. They can't afford it by the Convention of Helsinki, UN Charter, and all these deals, human rights. They can't afford it. Will cause a big scandal. But they try to get in into my friends or part of my family, to talk him in to kidnap me and deliver me free, and they will pay them 100,000 mark as a fee. I guess it will be a national holiday for them when they get me. I have my plan that I at least pick up one person for every week he is in jail. And I guess I made it.